We are discussing chapter 2 is matter around sphere. In the previous videos we have discussed about elements, compounds and mixtures, and we also discussed about types of mixtures, homogeneous and heterogeneous. Today we shall be dealing with a very important one, and that is how to distinguish between compounds and mixtures. As you can see, I have written topic here, compound versus mixture. I have written examples of compound water and a mixture is sand plus iron phase. Obviously, you must be knowing all these examples. How they are different now? How water is different from sand and iron phase, right? All the differences are we going to learn in 4 points, right? The very first point is that if you look at this water, what you have the constituents here is hydrogen and oxygen, isn't it? And they are chemically combined. The phrase is chemically combined. The hydrogen and oxygen have chemically combined to produce water. Think yourself. Is there a chemical combination between sand and iron here? Not at all. They are just put together, right? There is no chemical reaction or chemical combination between sand and iron. That's the first point. Second, water consists of hydrogen and oxygen. What is hydrogen and what is oxygen? Hydrogen is a gas, oxygen is a gas. What is water? Water is a liquid. So if I ask you, does water consist of the properties of hydrogen and oxygen? No, hydrogen is a gas, oxygen is a gas, water is a liquid. The properties of hydrogen and oxygen are absent in water. Water has different set of properties, completely different, right? So the individuals lose their characteristics. What is happening here? The sand and iron means sand retain its characteristics, iron retain its characteristics. So basically what is happening? The constituents lose their individual characteristics. Here they retain their individual characteristics. Right? In sand and iron, obviously you can find the characteristics of sand also and characteristics of the iron pins also. The second point. The third one is very interesting and very easy. H2O. What is the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen? 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. That means the constituents are in fixed ratio. Can you tell the same about here? Do you have a fixed ratio here? This much sand plus this much iron? No, right? So this ratio is not fixed, rather this has a variable ratio. Alright? So we are learning the differences and we have covered 3 till now. As I said, there are 4 points. And the last one is that if I ask you to separate hydrogen and oxygen from water, what will do? 3 points I have covered. Let's say water. Again, the water has hydrogen and oxygen. Now if I ask you separate hydrogen and oxygen from water, can you do it by any physical method? Physical method like melting or a boiling or a baking or a throwing, right? Not possible, right? It's not like that you can throw away the hydrogen or it will be left with oxygen. Not possible, right? So what you have to do here, you have to separate them. You have to separate them by some chemical method, isn't it? But if you take the example of the mixture sand plus iron pins, you can simply separate them by picking the iron, of course. You cannot obviously pick the sand, you have to pick the iron pins, or by using a magnet so that it pulls away the iron pins. Ultimately, I am separating by physical methods. Alright? So we have learned 4 differences between compounds and mixture. Let me sum it up for you people. In a compound, the constituents are in fixed ratio. In a mixture, the constituents are in variable ratio. In a compound, the constituents lose their individual characteristics. In a mixture, the individuals retain their individual characteristics. Third one is obviously this one. The constituents can be separated by chemical method. In a mixture, the constituents can be separated by physical methods. And recall the first